Hey guys, and welcome to episode number 91 of the Happy Knitting Podcast. My name is Julia and I'm coming to you from Germany. Today is Sunday, the 11th of June 2017. I'm coming to you today rather rushed. I've actually just come back from watching Kai play tennis in the sun, which is why I'm very hot and probably got myself a sunburn. And we are also going to leave pretty soon. So I just decided to squeeze in a podcast episode, or at least start one, and if I get interrupted, I'll just finish it another time. So with that in mind, I'll try to be very brief today. I just wanted to get a quick episode out. So yeah, let's just get started. If you're watching for the first time, thank you so much for trying this podcast. And if you're liking it and coming back every week, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you who subscribes and maybe gives a thumbs up on YouTube and just chats with me about yarn. So today I have finished objects, works in progress, life acquisitions, and life in general. We have a group on Ravelry called the Happy Knitting Podcast group, which is where you can find the current knit-alongs, ask-away threads, introductions threads. So if you have any questions about that, just go check out the group. The details about the current KAL, which is the Celebrate Your Stash KAL, are also in the group. And once again, I feel like I'm out of focus and the lighting is not too great today. I don't really know why, because it's super sunny and bright outside, but oh well. Let's just jump right into finished objects. I have two this week. This one is the Girl from the Grocery Store Shawl by Joey Locatelli, which I absolutely love. As you can see, it is quite huge. It is way larger than my wingspan by quite a bit. I think this is definitely longer than 2 meters. I haven't measured it yet. I did block this quite aggressively, and I also used 4mm needles, which is larger than I usually do for fingering weight shawls. So this created a very, very sort of light and drapey fabric, and I actually really like it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I really do. So the white yarn, or the lightly speckled yarn, is by Fine Fish Yarns in the Whatever Happened to Fairy Cakes colorway, and this super bright colorway is a Hedgehog Fibers Skinny Singles in the Villain colorway, which was actually given to me by a lovely friend and viewer of the podcast. And I'm so happy to be finally using this yarn. So this goes perfectly within the theme of our Celebrate Your Stash along. So I absolutely love this shawl. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful, and it kind of makes me want to knit more of Joey's patterns, because while I love them, I rarely ever knit them. The only modification I did was I decided to bind off with the contrast color with using a I-cord bind off. So I just thought that would give it a little bit more contrast along the edge, and I really, really liked it. You can see I did block it, but my lovely boyfriend actually then ruined my blocking skills by placing his laptop, his small sort of work notebook, right here. So that's why there is no wavy edge along here. But I really don't care. I love this, and I think I will wear it to death. It's also kind of different to my usual color choices. And I really like that about this shawl. I think I'm going to wear it tons, and it's sort of like light and summery and at least springy. So yeah, I'm super, super happy with this. My second finished object is of course a pair of socks. I used the third skein of the Herbstblatt Regina Yarn Club in the Bambi and Trinity colorway to knit these vanilla socks for me. I don't have them on sock blockers today, but they're just very long vanilla socks. 64 stitches. I did a garter stitch fish lips conceal, which I really love. I really like the sock base, which is our hazel soft sock base. Yes. And yeah, these will be for me. I really like them, and I'm also very happy that they're done. They were really, really fun to knit, but I was just ready to be finished with those. So that is my second finished object for this week. Moving on, let's talk about works in progress. My first work in progress is, of course, my new granny strap blanket. So this is what it's looking like at the moment. It is basically just a pattern by Addict24, which I have linked in the show notes and in my project pages. So you can see I was at that second light strap at the bottom. I was here last week. So I added 1, 2, 3, 4 stripes to this blanket. I kind of tried to do one stripe, and by stripe I mean 2 rows per day, but then I kind of got sidetracked, so that didn't happen. But I'm trying to keep this less crazy for, I mean, this is probably not crazy for some people, but for me this is kind of more subdued than my recent blanket. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I definitely feel like this is going to take me ages, and I'm always doing 2 stripes or 2 rows, 1 row there and 1 row back for each color, so we'll see how that goes. But so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook, by the way. So that's that. I also, sorry for going off screen. I've also made some progress on these socks, which are gift socks. To be honest, I had quite a bad case of second sock syndrome with these. And these are inside out because I woven the ends, but I didn't have scissors to cut the ends off. So let's rectify that. So I finished the first sock of these. It's just a small vanilla sock, 20 rows of 2x2 rib, and then a stockinette sock over 60 stitches with a Fishlip's Kiss heel. So to give you a close-up, this is what the yarn looks like, and the progress keeper is where I was last week. So that's really pretty. And the yarn that I'm using is Opal Schafpate. And you can see the colorway here, it's called Völkchen. And this is the Opal series that uses German wool, which I really like. So like I said, the first one is done. And the second one I cast on yesterday, I believe, and this is how far I've gotten with these. I really do want to get these off the needles because I'm kind of second sock syndrome for me is very strong when I do gift knitting. So I'll just try to get these done rather quickly because they're just vanilla socks, and these shouldn't take me ages to finish if I just actually worked on them. So that's my second work in progress. Sorry if I'm rushing through, by the way. Can't help it. Next, I don't think I'll show you my excuse me shawl today because honestly it doesn't look very different to what it looked like last week, and I realized that I've been working on this forever and ever, and I really need to get it done. But now that I have my other shawl done, I think maybe I'll have more motivation to pick this one up. I'm definitely not planning to cast on another shawl before I have this one done. So that's how I'm motivating myself. My last 2 works in progress are new cast-ons, which are of course a lot more exciting than finishing previous whips. So first of all, I cast on a skein that I've been wanting to cast on basically since the day I received it. And this is a skein of flamingo legs by Stranded Dye Works, who is Amy, who has the Stranded podcast as well. And I absolutely love her yarns. I've mentioned this before. And when I got these skeins, remember how I was like, it doesn't say what base it is, and I was getting really confused, and only when I was rewatching the podcast, I realized that it has the base right on here. I just didn't see it. So anyways, this is on her Oasis base. This is her logo. If you don't know Amy, she's a UK-based dyer. So this would count for the Brittnet KAL, which she's hosting at the moment, but I have no idea, but I feel like that's ending pretty soon. Anyways, I stuck with my theme of vanilla socks. Why are you not focusing today? Come on. There we go. And so I cast on a pair of vanilla socks for myself. 64 stitches, and this is what I've done. So I did 20 rows of 2x2 rib and then a vanilla sock. I feel like I did 75 rows of stockinette, but don't quote me on that. And then I put in a Fishlip's Kiss heel, and now I'm about halfway down the foot. So I love how this colorway is knitting up. A few people have asked me to knit this up because they really wanted to see how it would look in a sock. So this is what mine looks like. But I've seen other people knit it up and they had quite a different sort of effects. Mine, I think, is a relatively light skein, which I absolutely love. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying working on these. They've been very potato chippy. And yeah, these are just so beautiful. I love these. I love this colorway. I feel like I want to order another skein of this as soon as I finish with these, but that would be a bit crazy. But yeah, I love Amy's yarn. So, and that's of course living in my lovely bag that I talked about last week, which is also going to be a prize for the CYS KAL. So, love it. And I forgot to put this in. I'm so all over the place today, I'm sorry. My last work in progress, unless you're counting my sock yarn blanket, which I haven't worked on, is also a new cast on, and also one that I'm really excited about. Going with the theme of the Celebrate Your Stash Along, I decided to cast on some yarn that I really loved and was hoarding for no reason whatsoever. So remember a lovely view of the podcast, and friend of mine, she sent me a skein of mustache yarns in the apple picking colorway. And this is on her 7525 merino nylon base. And I cast on. So the reason why it came in 2 50-gram perfectly matched skeins, and I actually wound both into case, but then I realized that I think the color progression was the opposite, so I just decided to wind one off like this because I really felt like it. So hopefully this way I'll have matching colors. I realized that I could have just pulled from the center of the ball for this one, but I don't like center pull balls. So anyways, I cast on another vanilla sock because I'm all about the vanilla socks. And isn't this the most beautiful sock? Like, oh my gosh, I love this so much as well. So this is a self-striping yarn with uneven stripes, and you can see it has these sections of really short color stripes, followed by a bigger section of sort of like gray variegation. And this is just so beautiful. I love it, and I also really, really love the base. So I did a 1x1 twisted array for this one because I like doing that sometimes. I think it's the most beautiful finish, but I'm too lazy to do it for all of my socks. But I really felt like doing it for this pair, and I just love this yarn. I also really love the base. It is really beautiful and soft and sort of like a round base. So I feel like it just creates a beautiful sock. So yeah, I just love this. Thank you so much. You know who you are who sent this to me. I really, really, really love this, and I'm so excited to be knitting with it. It was really hard to break into the skein because she gave me 2 skeins of mustache yarns and they kind of feel too sacred to knit, but then I realized, like, what's the point of having it in my stash? So I decided to cast on, and I'm very happy with it. This was also a bit of a celebration cast on for me on Friday because A, I finished 2 works in progress, and B, I had a major success at work, and it just felt like celebrating, and yeah, so this happened. No regrets. And this is living in my beautiful project bag that my friend Marion made for me for my birthday. So I just love this entire thing. Yeah, so let's move on to acquisitions. Remember my CYS KAL and not buying any yarn? Well, that didn't work out at all. So first of all, I have some yarn to show you that I actually ordered about, I think, 3 or 4 weeks ago, but then it actually got lost in the post. And the dyer was really, really great about it. She offered to re-dye the skeins, and we agreed to wait a little bit, and then in the end she did send me a second shipment, which did arrive. And this yarn is mostly actually not mine, but Kai's. So you know my boyfriend Kai, and he loves his hand-knit socks to death, and he was under the impression that he needed more of them, so he ordered some yarn. So the dyer that we ordered from is this one. She's a German dyer. I think I've mentioned her before. Her is Kunis Wolle. She's in Germany. I have 1 skein of her yarn in my stash, but I haven't knit with it yet. So Kai fell in love with this colorway. This is all of these skeins are on her high twist merino polyamide blend. It's an 80-20 blend. This is called Sundowner, and Kai loves it. And I can see why. It's very colorful and bright, and this is going to be a really fun sort of pooling pair of socks. So this is the first one that he got, and then he also got this one, which I'm really excited about. Kuni does a lot of colorways that have like 1 base color and then a rainbow going through it. So this one is called Nachthund. So it's got a black base, and then as you can see here, there's like different colors just like coming through. I'm not doing a very good job of showing this, by the way. So yeah, this is really pretty. I'm really excited to knit this up as well. So he got this one. I also really like black yarn, and I never have any, so that's great. And then we've been wanting to have sort of like matching socks for ages, which is super cheesy, but kind of fun. So I decided to get the same colorway, but on her glitter base, which I really like. So now we can have matching socks, except mine will be glittery and his won't be. Again, colorway is Nachtund. This one is 75% wool, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. So how fun is this? I love these. These are very unusual for me. I don't think any of these colors are in my stash at the moment, so I'm really happy. And like I said, Iris, the dyer, was really great about sending me replacements, and yeah, I really appreciated that. Then I also have two more skeins that I showed up. The first one is this skein, which is Dream in Color in their Smooshy cashmere base. So this is a, let's see, 400 yards, 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon, hand dyed in the US skein. And this is their petal shower colorway. I found this at a German yarn store, online shop. It's called Yarn Over Berlin. I haven't ordered from them before, but I just found this. I think they had it left in 2 colorways, and it's MCN yarn. It's 20% cashmere, and the price was, I don't know, it was amazing. Like, I found this exact same yarn on other pages, such as Love Knitting, for pretty much twice the amount of money. So I just decided that I needed to treat my stash to a beautiful skein of yarn. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but this is the sort of special yarn that I like to have in my stash, and I know that something will come along. This is it's just stunning, and it's beautifully dyed, and it's of course very soft and has a bit of a shine to it, and yeah, I have no regrets about this at all. It also showed up ridiculously fast. I couldn't believe it. So I'm really excited to have some Dream in Color because I've never used the yarn before, and I've heard really good things about it. The other skein of yarn popped into my mailbox pretty randomly as well. I've been kind of looking at Watership updates for months and months, but never jumped on one, but I saw this one skein, and oh my gosh, I just had to have it. I was a little bit surprised when it showed up because it did look quite different to the picture on the screen. To be honest, I still love it, and this just happens sometimes, but I think this was one of the cases where I was expecting something a little bit different, but I do really like it. So this is the skein of yarn. Like I said, it's called Disco Nights. It's on her barefoot sock base, which is an 80-20 merino polyamide blend. The one that I saw in her shop had a lot more like purple and brown speckles through it. This is very neon, but I mean, I love neon, so I really like it. It's coming across super bright on screen. It's not that bright, but it is quite bright. So this is going to be socks for sure. I actually really like it in person, but on screen it's even more beautiful. So yeah, this just had to come live with me as well, and I have no yarn shame. So that's it for my acquisitions. For life in general, nothing too exciting has been happening. To be honest, I've been working a lot. I also managed to go to my local yarn store and see some people of my knit group for the first time in months and months, which was really fun. But I really have nothing to write home about. The weather has been incredibly summery, so Kai played tennis and I watched this morning, and we're about to go hang out with some friends along the river and just be outside because it's way too nice to be inside. Yesterday we did some shopping and we've been eating ridiculous amounts of ice cream, and yeah, we've just been treating ourselves, and tomorrow Kai is leaving for England for a week, so I'm planning to have a lot of knitting time, especially because Thursday is a public holiday, yay! So I'm really excited about that. Things are going pretty good. I wish I had more knitting time, but who doesn't? So all in all, I'm pretty happy, and with that I think I'm just going to leave you guys Sorry for the super quick episode. Sorry if it's maybe not the best that I've put out, but I figured it's better to put out a short episode than no episode at all. So with that, happy knitting. Please do join us in the group. I love hearing from you guys, and until I see you again, have a great weekend, have a great week. Bye!